Hey everybody, this is Renae from The Space Between, and you are listening to The Space Between podcast, the show that lets you listen to how the fans feel about the music, the art behind over 30 years of the Dave Matthews Band. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Space Between podcast, the podcast where we talk about the fans of the Dave Matthews Band. Each week, I bring a new Dave Matthews Band fan to the show to talk about their journey with the band. Now, today is a little different because my guest has been on the show before, and he's been such a support and like a cheerleader on the sidelines for everything about this show. So today I have Jimmy on the show. Jimmy, tell me who you are, where you are. And I know you've told us before, like where you found the Dave Matthews Band. And that's usually what I ask people, but let's just jump right into it after you tell me who you are. And let's talk about 2024 and what that looks like for the fans of the Dave Matthews Band.
Let's do it. Really happy to be here. Thank you for having me back.
Yes.
Wasn't sure I was going to get a return invite after the last.
I don't know why you would think that.
But my name is Jimmy Walker. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. Been a fan since '95. First show was here at Walnut Creek in I think it was June or July of '95. And at 106 shows later, still going.
Can you believe that? I mean, like when you say that and that comes out of your mouth, like, can you even believe it?
The first thing I think of is, man, that's a lot of money.
Like I probably could have put my kids through like some part of college, like, right? Yeah. That's okay, Daddy. You got time. You got time. You got little kids, so you got plenty of time.
Yeah. And it's like I tell my friends, you can always make more money. You can't get this time back. You know, you cannot get time back. You can always make more money. Money is easy.
Amen.
Go out there, bust your ass. You can make money. You can't. You only get so much time in this life.
That's right.
So don't waste it sitting on the sidelines. Get your ass out there, travel, find your passion and chase your passion.
So what I hear you saying, and what I hope people are hearing you say, is you should invest in yourself. What? Is that what you're saying? Jimmy, what?
Invest in yourself. Invest in experiences, not material things.
Right. Experiences. Yes.
Yeah. You know, like it says, look at my fancy cars and my bank account. You can't take it to your grave with you. No, so that's all material bullshit.
That is.
Spend your time, spend your money on experiences. You can make endless memories that you'll never forget.
That's right.
Material stuff comes and goes.
That's right. That's right. So experience. Let's talk about what that means to you as far as like being a fan of a band that's been, we're working on 33 years. This is wild. What does an experience at a Dave Matthews Band concert look like for you, or even just in general as a fan when you're not going to show? What does that look like to you?
And I often say this to my friends, the concert to me almost comes in second to the people, to the atmosphere, to the environment, just to all the fun, the meetups that we have. It's so good to go there and you see people you haven't seen maybe a year, 2 years. Yeah. And it's good to catch up with them. And it's just the environment. It's just so loving, so welcoming. This whole community, I could tell you a story from last January. My daughter had her birthday and she went to Walmart. She had gotten like $400 cash, something like that.
Yeah.
And she went to Walmart. She went to the restroom to use the restroom. And she came out and she forgot her wallet. So she went back to retrieve it and it was gone.
Oh, my God.
So I made mention of this to somebody. I can't remember who it was. But all of a sudden, I had an outpouring from the DMB community. People asking me for my Cash App or my Venmo. And they sent more than what she lost to my daughter.
Whoa.
People I didn't even know.
Strangers.
Some people I've only talked to via, the DMB group or whatever, or just Facebook friends that had not actually met yet.
Right.
Just pouring in donation after donation after donation. I mean, to a guy they didn't even know,
right.
to help my daughter. I
That's
mean,
wild.
yeah,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God. So what
literally
did that
had these
mean to
kids.
your daughter? I mean, what was her response to that? Could she even wrap her
She
brain
was
around that?
crying. She was crying. Like I called her. I was like, "Baby, I got your money back and then some."
Oh my
Uh,
God.
yeah. So I don't want to give the number. Just want to stay modest, but it was far more than what she lost, and she
Oh
was
my
really good.
God.
And I made sure that she took a lot of that money and put it towards good use. I made her donate a significant amount to charity.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. So if someone's listening to this episode and they've heard of the Dave Matthews Band obviously because they're listening to a podcast about the fans of the Dave Matthews Band, but like if someone's never been to a show, can you kind of explain the atmosphere? Explain like could someone go alone to a show and feel comfortable? Like what does the atmosphere look like for a person that may be just going for the first time?
It The best way to describe it is love. It looks like love. It's what you imagine what love should be like. Now, of course, you're going to have a couple bad eggs here and there, but when you are engulfed in the actual community and the people that encompass that, it's nothing but love. You're not a stranger when you come to a Dave show alone. You're not.
Wow.
You will
Yeah.
meet people everywhere, the kindest people. I remember in 2021, I got to the Gorge, and it was that was a year of the alternate format.
Uh-huh.
Pulled in, I found a spot. I was camping in Premiere that year, and then immediately neighbor came over just to introduce ourselves because we were camping right next to each other, and said, "Hey, I have floor seats tonight if you want them." Never met the guy. Gave
What?
me seats down in the seat. Yeah, gave me tickets for down in the seats. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean,
Wow.
it's just an environment of love, people taking care of each other. Like I've given away many tickets before myself because it always comes back around.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if me giving you something for free can make you experience what I get to experience, then I'm all
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I can understand how like going to a show and going up to strangers would be intimidating. Like I cannot, well, I can, Jimmy, you can,
Yes,
but like most people,
yes, you can.
most people, there's a fear of talking to strangers and
Yeah,
just an uncomfortability about that. And so obviously there's other ways to get to know the community of the fans that love the Dave Matthews Band that is not in person. A lot of it is online. And that brings just a whole level of comfortability because you could do it in your home. You could do it in the bathroom when you're on the commode. You could literally do it anywhere.
yeah.
There are so many groups available. So talk to us. Tell me like what that looks like for you. How have you found a sense of community in social media and what different social medias do you use?
Yeah. I primarily just use Facebook. I have Instagram, but I really don't. I mean, I follow a lot of Dave, you know,
Yeah.
pages on there, but I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, anything I post on Facebook goes to Instagram, but I'm
Uh-huh.
not very active on it. Um,
Right.
yeah, I spend majority of my time in the groups on Facebook. So,
Yeah.
um, and I mean, it's brought me. I mean, there's been so many times where the people send me a friend request because they say, I'm dying to meet you. I love your energy. I always
Yeah.
see you post. Your posts make me laugh or whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And and then I get to meet them, and then it's when you meet them, it's like you already know them.
Right. It
It's great.
feels, yeah, it feels comfortable, right? It's not
Yeah,
like that weird, like you kind of know each other, so you don't have to, ask all of those weird questions or,
yeah, yeah. Because
yeah,
you've gotten to know each other, and you can
right.
kind of get a look inside people's personal lives. You know,
Right. Right.
so when you meet them, you can ask them about something that they may have posted about. It be
Right.
something good, something bad, any kind of experience, but you have something to talk about to break the ice with them.
Right. Right. No, there are countless DMB groups on Facebook. I mean, anything from fitness to, watching shows live as the boys are performing. Obviously, there's a group about podcasts about the Dave Matthews. There's groups about everything. And so, if you're not involved in all of these different groups and pages on Facebook, particularly, be sure to check some of those out. There's not a code, or you don't have to know all the lyrics to a song to get in. You just kind of have to be interested in seeing what's going on. And then that's really going to give you an opportunity to see what other people are saying, what other newbies may be thinking, what some more seasoned listeners are saying. It just kind of gives you a full vibe of like the ins and outs of the band, but also the ins and outs of what other fans are feeling and saying. And especially during these times, they're exciting times right now. Let's talk about things that are mostly blowing up these group pages, feeds right now. Like, what is everyone talking about, Jimmy?
Everybody's talking about the upcoming. Well, the special people are talking about Mexico, but the majority of us are talking about this upcoming summer tour.
Yes, yeah.
Let's touch on that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Jimmy, can you pull up the tour dates?
Sure.
So if you're not aware, Dave Matthews Band just released their 2024 summer tour dates. And so that's always an exciting time for the fans. And I would say that across the board for any artist. Justin Timberlake just released his tour dates, and I was literally so giddy. I had to go into my girlfriend's office and be like, oh my God, Justin is back on tour. It was tour dates are exciting no matter who you like. But, I especially love the Dave Matthews Band. Obviously, you do too. And so tell me about the moment, because I can give you a moment story. Tell me where you were and like the moment surrounding when you found out the dates had come out.
I was sitting in my desk, and I had been refreshing because everyone had a sense it was going to come out that Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, and then I was actually on a conference call, and then my phone started blowing up like 3 or 4 different messages with the announcement. So I'm just like, I'm sitting there on a call, just trying to go through everything, not really paying attention to work at all.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait to get off the phone. And then I printed up the list, started marking the shows. I was like, I'm going, tentative, going, maybe.
I mean, you go from like seeing it to going,
I've got a full list. So
how much PTO can I cash in? Can I work remote?
Exactly.
Like, what can I do? How can I organize my life? It's just
and then I've got it up and I'm comparing it next to my schedule with my kids, because my ex-wife and we do week on, week off. So
right.
I'm like, okay, so the kids are coming with me to this one, they're coming to this one, they're coming to this one. So yeah.
Right. Oh my God. We, so much excitement. I mean, I know that there's definitely, and every year there's, I hate to say disappointment, but like some sorrow over certain venues not being, visited that year. But the reality of that is they can't do everywhere, right? Like there's no way they can. And at this point, with it being their 33rd year of performing, I'm just thankful they're still playing.
They're still going.
Right. If I need to go to New York every time, I am there.
Well,
I'm there.
And I think that they realize that the East Coast is their bread and butter. I mean,
oh yeah. I mean, there's just more fans per mile or whatever.
Yeah. Well, there's more states on this side, and you have California, it's larger than Oregon, Washington, but over here on the East Coast, you've got so many little states all grouped together, so you can hit here, hit there.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I am so excited. I
do feel bad for people in California, though. I feel bad for them.
I do, but they did get a good run last year, and it's hard to say why a band does why, but I'm sure there's a good reason. It can't be fair to everyone. It's unfortunate. I know that it's very hard to compare these two states, and you really can't, but Arkansas is not getting Dave Matthews Band either. So I feel your sorrow on a deep level, but I mean, that just gives us an opportunity. If we have it gives us the opportunity to travel, which can be a lovely thing. And honestly, I'll say it because I did go to 24 shows last year. They do play different in different venues. And so it is good to see them in different places because the energy is different. The fans are different. The music is different. It's literally like Oh my God. Just talking about this gets me exciting. Like, this is so
I
dumb, but
know.
I'm just like inside, I'm just like talking about it, going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's like Christmas. It's like
I,
Christmas for me.
well, I know. So me and a group of my friends were on a big text chat thing,
Uh-huh.
and we spent hours yesterday talking about plans for the gorge, plans for
Yeah.
West Palm Beach, just et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. It's wild. It's
Yeah.
wild. The chit chat, like the chatter. It's so loud right now. Everyone is just chattering so loud. And even like some exciting news, and this is very intriguing. And I want to say that I'm 90% sure that we are going, but my husband doesn't know it yet. And he doesn't really listen to this podcast a whole lot. So he may never know that I'm saying this. But, after they get through at the gorge, they're doing the whiskey, whatever, in
The
Kentucky.
bourbon and beyond.
Oh
Yes.
my God. Oh my God.
That
Oh my
lineup
God.
is insane.
Oh my
That
God.
lineup is insane. But it's 3 weeks after the gorge, and I'm just like, that's
It
usually
is. It is a lot. But also, okay, are you a bourbon drinker?
oh
Like,
yeah,
do you like whiskey? Okay.
I do.
So this is like the dream trip. And it's funny that this even happened because I, hand to God, had an episode that came out a few weeks ago. And we were like, wouldn't it be cool if the band went to Kentucky and we could do the bourbon trail? And then boom,
Boom,
it
it's out.
happened. It
I
happened.
know.
And so I'm like, that's something Justin and I have always wanted to do, is to do the bourbon trail and do
Got to do it.
all of the things. And Kentucky's a beautiful state. So the
Yeah.
combination of that plus the lineup of that festival, I guess is what it is.
It's like
Oh God.
123 artists or something like that. It's
Oh
insane.
my God. And it's not that expensive. I mean,
No.
it's not that expensive, but you can also just go one day, right? Like, so I
Yeah.
think the Dave Matthews Band plays on the
Friday.
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 It's a
They're headlining
4-day. They play on Friday. So you do have the ability to just go to that one show,
Yeah.
or, that one day, should I
But there's
say.
so many artists I would love to see that are
Yes.
going to be there. So
Oh my God. It's going to
I
be
know it's going to be
amazing.
impossible to see them all,
Yeah.
but
I mean, we could die trying.
dude,
What a way to go.
exactly.
I don't know if that's what my death story to be, but at least my kids would be like, she was happy.
Just remember to pace yourself on the bourbon.
The funny thing is I really do not like bourbon, and this is crazy, but I'll say it because it's my show. A couple years ago, I think it was when Justin turned 40, I did a bourbon party for him, and we did testings of 12 different bourbons from all over the United States. But I don't like bourbon. But what I do like is the history and an origin story behind something. And so I did an excruciating amount of history into every single different bourbon. And so what I love is the history of bourbon and whiskey, because it is actually an amazing story. If you've never really looked back and seen all the different families that work together to make these big names that people know, and then just like the hierarchy of bourbon or whiskey, it's wild how you can get some bourbons in some places, but you can't. It's a wild thing. And so I'm a nerd.
Hey, you can never have too much information,
I love, I just love knowing how things work. That's what I love.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm a nurse, is because like, I like to know how the body works. Bam! I became a nurse, but like, I hate it.
I know. I hear you talk about it all the time.
I'm like, fuck. Why did I do this?
Speaking of breaks,
anyways,
did you have any luck so far finding the remote job?
You know what? I have faith that God has a plan. How about that?
There you go.
That's what I'll say.
That's all you can do.
That is what I'll say. I'm doing my best, and that's all I can do. And so I think good things are coming, and that's just what I think. But so let's talk about 2024. Let's talk about the Dave Matthews Band. What does the tour look like for you this year? Where do you want to go? Where are you going to try to stop in?
Hello, everybody. This is Dave Rich from the Eddie Casino Band out in Las Vegas. We're really excited to get this journey going, celebrating our music, our original music, on all platforms. We just released our first single over Labor Day weekend called Eddie Casino. If you're looking for new music, look out for our next single coming out to Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Apple Music. These guys in the band are really excited to get started playing music for you all. If you like Tom Petty, Zach Brown, Jason Mraz, Dave Matthews Band, Rob Thomas, Jimmy Buffett, Pink Floyd, Stapleton, Bare Naked Ladies, Goose, Billy Strings, Sting and the Police, a ton of influences that we bring to the table. Hope you enjoy our music and look forward to seeing you soon live on stage.
So I'm starting the year at West Palm Beach, doing the 2 shows there.
Awesome.
And then no more shows in until June when they come to Raleigh. So I'll be doing Raleigh, Virginia Beach. And I'm thinking I'm going to squeeze in Alpine the following weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love that venue. It's just incredible.
So let's walk our listeners through those venues, because a lot of people have never been to the venues that you are talking about. And so if that is the case, can you step them through, like, let's go through West Palm Beach. Have you been there before?
I have. I was there in 2022.
Okay.
It's it's a really unique venue because you at the back of the lawn, you've got all the palm trees lining the top, and you've got palm trees on the side, and you get the most incredible sunset. I went down in 2022. I actually drove to West Palm Beach Memorial Day weekend for the first scheduled shows. I got there, and 30 minutes after I got there, the shows were canceled because they the COVID.
Yes. Oh
So
my God.
Never been.
What did you do?
I've never been more dejected in my life.
What did you do?
I was sitting there. I was like, "This has got to be fake. It's got to be wrong."
Yes.
But I remember I was sitting there. I was unpacking my suitcase, and my phone just started exploding. So I was like, "Who the hell is texting me?" So I look it up, and then I see someone says, "Show's canceled. Dave's got COVID." I was like, "That's gotta be bullshit."
Yeah.
But you know what? We and in everything in me said, you know what? Just I drove here. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to drive home in the morning. But then I was like, you know what? I drove all the way to West Palm Beach. I had the whole weekend. I'm just going to make, and that's what everybody did. Everybody stayed. We all went down to a little bar called E.R. Bradley's in downtown.
Oh yeah.
They let us take over the sound system. We played nothing but Dave the entire time, and we had the best time 2 nights in a row.
Wow.
And although we didn't have shows, we still got to meet incredible people.
Yeah.
Made new friendships that I still have them today. I look forward to seeing these people all the time now. And we made the absolute best of what's around. We really did.
Yeah. And so West Palm Beach is always a 2-night stop for the boys, right? So that's another attractive reason to maybe go to West Palm Beach. Not only, obviously, are you in Southern Florida and it's really nice in May, you get a 2-night show for like one stop.
Yeah. Well, the reason I drove there is because it was Memorial Day weekend, and I decided last minute to go and take flights were like $1,300.
Oh,
So
God bless.
So you know what? I'll make the 12, 13-hour drive. Screw that.
Yeah.
So did that, drove back. But then on the rescheduled dates, flights were $200. I said, fuck it, I'm flying. And but you know what? I was kind of disappointed in the energy of the shows in 2020.
Really?
Yeah, it just wasn't the energy just wasn't there. It's like something felt off. But I mean, it's still a great time because you're with, all these great people.
Sure.
You're still hearing Dave's songs, but it was just they were slower sets and the energy just wasn't.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
I figured he would come back and just blow the roof off just because of the fact that a lot of people got screwed out of a lot of money going down there the first time.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Here's hoping that even though that may have been just like a super slow set list and super slow weekend, maybe it still like really was someone's favorite show, right? Because like all of those songs were like their favorite. That's
exactly.
and I'm sure that happened, right? So
That's the best thing about it is like no matter what show you go, you're gonna get some great songs that you like, even though it might not be you're never gonna get every single song you want ever.
oh gosh, no,
But
never,
but
never, not until we get that $1 million and pay them to come private party.
exactly. And I tried to keep that in mind. Last year, I went to both Wilmington shows and then followed up with both Charleston shows, over the weekend. And the sets were very, very similar. But you have to keep in mind that, yes, in Wilmington, we had 2 nights where it was no repeats. Great.
Yeah.
But the people in Charleston, they weren't necessarily there, some were there, some weren't. So it was all new to them.
Right.
That's just what comes with traveling and following this band around. You're not always going to get what you want. You're going to get a lot of repeats.
Yeah.
But you have to take into consideration, like they're playing for a whole new group of people and a few people who decided to follow them. So
true. And I mean, God, it is so funny. Like this is what I get for not turning my phone.
I keep hearing wind chimes.
It's my ring, what was I going to say? Okay. So West Palm Beach, I mean, it really is one of those venues that at least in my ears, I hear people consistently saying it's one of those venues that you just really need to go to, and I don't know if that's because it's a 2-night deal, and obviously that's just like better bang for your buck. I've never been to West Palm Beach, so I just really can't speak for it.
It's West Palm Beach. I mean, what else do you need?
No, I mean, that's awesome.
Absolutely. It's gorgeous. Like the downtown area is beautiful. Beaches are beautiful. You can go to the beach during the day, or you can lay out at the pool or sit in the cabana.
Sounds amazing.
I mean, it's incredible.
You know what? I think I'll go this year.
I think you should go.
You know what?
I think you should take Justin.
My flight's already booked. Boom. They're already booked. We don't even know if we're getting tickets, but like you and I know, I ain't worried about tickets. Not because we get them free, but because there's always some for sale at the last minute. Always some for sale. Always some for sale. I have literally bought them from people in the parking lot, on all the message boards. Like, I need a ticket. Boom. People have them. I'm not worried about tickets.
I've literally handed tickets out that I had extra to people. Just have fun. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, there's always things that people can't go to. There is, and that's just life. So, okay, moving on. Where are you going to? Virginia Beach? A lot of people talk about that because, of course, Virginia is known as like the home state of the Dave Matthews Band. And so, I've never been to Virginia Beach. Talk to me about what that's like.
I love that venue. And it's been customary that they do Raleigh and then Virginia Beach, right? Back to back. But I mean, unfortunately, we didn't get it last year. But the year before, although it was stupid hot, it was 100 and something degrees, both in Raleigh and Virginia Beach. The set list, they never disappoint. But the best thing about that was the last show before their break, so they kind of blew it up. Like Raleigh was incredible, the most amazing set list. I think Raleigh in 2022 was the best set list I got all year.
Oh wow! Wow.
Virginia Beach was a very close second, but I mean, it's a beautiful amphitheater. I think it's Veterans something amphitheater. I can't remember the exact name, but that venue will always be special to me because that was the venue I took my children to their very first Dave show.
Oh, of course it is. Now, are they going back with you this year?
They're going to go to Bristow with me.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how old are your children?
My daughter just turned 14 last Sunday.
Okay.
And my youngest son just turned 5 last on the 14th of January. And my middle son, he'll be 12 on the 19th of May.
Wow. So I'm going to segue into parenting as a Dave fanatic, because I think that's something that like most parents can understand is like, what does our fanship look like to our children? Right.
Well,
and so what do your kids think about your passion, and do they know? Do they know?
Oh, they absolutely know. So my oldest 2 kids have been to 7 shows.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and my 5-year-old, he's been to 3.
Wow.
and Farm Aid. So
Holy shit.
yeah. So
That's
I took him to
awesome.
Farm Aid in 2022 and then took him to 3 Dave shows. So
So
yeah.
what were their thoughts? Like, obviously as a parent, you're probably like watching them to see their reactions and stuff. Like, did they take right to it, or was it like a slow?
Their first show, they were a little nervous because they'd never been in a concert environment before.
Sure.
No, I kept them close to me. We had a good
Yeah.
had a lot of friends that were there with me, so they helped
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Same with Farm Aid. My good friends Miranda and Lisa, they were there, and they were like second mothers to my kids, and it was
Oh
amazing.
yeah. All the mamas there. We know
Yeah,
we can help.
yeah, and they're amazing friends. They're so good with my kids. Like my kids have been accepted, within my group of friends, and because
Well, I should hope so.
well, yeah, no, I mean, just as like, you know,
No,
um,
like as another
yeah,
fan, right? Like
yeah,
they just love
exactly,
on them too. An extension of you.
exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly, and but now we're at the point where like my 5-year-old, his favorite song is 41, but he sings Gravedigger. He belts out tunes to He. Like when Madman Eyes come on, he's like, "Daddy, this is my favorite song."
Oh
Right,
my God, I
right.
love that.
Yeah, and my daughter, she's always proud to tell me that at the end of every year on her Spotify, Dave is always her most listened to artist.
No
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
No, so how did you get your 14-year-old daughter to listen to Dave? She literally just kind of did it?
Well, because ever since they were born, that's all they hear when they ride with me.
I guess it
So
wasn't a choice.
yeah, they really didn't have a choice. So, actually, she was into a lot of like when she was like 5 or 6, she was really big into Pink Floyd.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah,
Dang, cool kids.
yeah, well, they're big Pearl Jam fans. She's a really big Tool fan. She loves Tool.
That's insane.
Yeah,
What?
they have daddy's taste in music. So,
What? So what do they listen to that's current, or do they listen to any current music?
What's up, everybody? This is David with the Dave Matthews Tribute Band. We're a nationally touring tribute to DMB, playing shows all over the country and beyond. Our goal is to bring you back to the classic sound that you fell in love with in the 90s and the 2000s, featuring a violin, saxophone, and maybe some keyboards sprinkled in as well. You can find out information about all of our tours and shows by visiting thedmtb.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram and other socials by searching the Dave Matthews Tribute Band or the DMTB. Hope to see you on the road and enjoy the Space Between podcast.
My daughter absolutely despises Taylor Swift. I know she's all the rage lately.
Yeah, she is.
My son loves Taylor Swift.
Oh, hey.
Because he thinks
He's
she's
his daddy's son.
um,
For real though.
I mean, but as far as they don't really care for a lot of like today's music. Like my
Oh, yeah.
daughter's really big. She's really big into alternative. Like she likes some like early 2000s punk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she even gets to the 60s sometimes because I play that. 50s,
Good. I mean, I think just like there is obviously history to music, and I think you can understand it better if you know. I sound like such a nerd because I say that about everything. I feel like you can do it better if you know the history.
No, it's true. It's true. If you understand the history of the music, like say you have a favorite artist, say you take the Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at all their influences and educate yourself on why they do this, why they do that. They pull pieces from here, pieces from here. It gives you a greater appreciation of it.
Oh, I mean, just to imagine like how many hands and feet it took just for those dudes to be up on that stage. Like it's more than just them. There are so many people that have poured into them to become, it took all these teachers and influences and different vibes. And like it was like they cooked up this beautiful pot with all these different things and beautiful pot. Hey, it was beautiful pot. But I think just understanding gives you so much more of an appreciation for what a band is, right? Like I can't believe that we literally will be celebrating 33 years of this band this year.
Stop making me feel old.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just, how many things have gone right in order for them to have this time.
This kind of longevity. Like this
everything has been good.
It's uncalled for a lot of bands to make it 3 decades.
Yes.
It's insane.
And to stay relevant, right? To not sound like they did or whatever.
You're selling out, amphitheaters, you're selling out stadiums, whatnot.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's wild, and it flabbergasts me, and maybe it's because my head is in the ground like an ostrich or whatever. But like, I can't understand why people don't understand.
Yeah,
like how big of a deal this is, and like as people have like, oh yeah, I heard about them like in the 90s. I'm like, no, they're literally still
relevant now.
They're still doing it. And they're, to me, in my personal opinion, and they're better now than they ever have been. They are so good right now. Good. They've been good in the past, but they are so good right now.
And that's something I can appreciate. They're not the same band that I fell in love with.
Oh, well, no, of course
they have evolved, but it gives you a great appreciation because you can have two different sets of levels of love for the same band. I love the early days. It was just the 5, and maybe throw in Butch, but then and you had the lovely ladies on there as well.
Yeah.
And then to this new age now, to where you've added Rashawn and Jeff and Buddy, and it's a completely different sound. It's almost like a remix of the original to what it is now.
Yeah.
Just watching the evolution of so many songs change from say 98 to 2024. Just the growth in the song and the way it changes. I love it. How can you not appreciate that? Because it allows it to not become stale.
It's so wild that I don't even know how to explain the band from what they've been able to accomplish. It's like literally kind of, and this may sound wrong, and if it does, you know what, we'll edit it out. But like say, you have this baby and it's perfect and it's wonderful and we love it. But every year that it's alive, it just gets better and better and smarter and better. And like it grows into this mature thing. And that's exactly how I see this band.
Yeah.
Does that sound ridiculous?
No. It actually brings me to a promo they have on Sirius XM when Carter's talking about Dave. He said, he met him, he played some music for him, and then he's like, whoa, this guy's got something special. And then he goes, and he still has it. In fact, it's gotten even better.
Yeah.
So I mean, even with them, they've grown, and it progresses. And so that like Dave's lyrics, just for me, I mean, he's a lyrical genius.
He is. He's a poet, and I don't know if he knows it, but he is. So nerdy. But he is like he literally, like if he wasn't singing this shit, it would go down in poetry, right? Because it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful and it's so deep. And honestly, some of it is really complicated, and there's so many like symbolism and things that like there's no way we could ever know exactly what he meant. But I think that music is an art, obviously. No, I know that music is an art, and sometimes art is up for interpretation. So I think that they allow us to take it as you need it, because different songs have given you different things at different times in your life, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And what I really like about it is that you can see that Dave writes from his heart and soul, because like in Charlottesville, when he was telling that story before he played Cry Freedom about the little girl in the water, you could hear his voice cracking, because, and he related that to that Cry Freedom. But I mean, it's like, it hits him personally. So when it hits you personally, you put more passion into it. And when you put all your passion into something, you're going to get the best results. I mean, why bother doing anything if you're not going to do everything with passion?
Exactly.
Why
you know
have
what? Exactly. And I think that obviously I can't speak for the band. I'd love to, but I can't legally. I'd love to talk to you. I have so many questions. But like, I'd like to think that, some songs that were written, maybe in the first 10 years of their career as a band, they're written, they're in stone. Okay. Right. So we get into our 20th and 30th year. When we sing those songs that we wrote 20 years ago, do they feel different to them? Do they mean something different to them? Do they read more into it now? Like, surely that has to be happening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they just go through the motions,
No.
I don't think it's just like a hamster running on a wheel. I think, I think as it evolves, it still means something to them, every single time they play it. It's not just, okay, let's just play this song, blah, 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 get through it.
Right. No, I think so.
I think every song is sung with meaning.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah. And some of that meaning might just be, all I want to do is go down on you. And that's what I meant.
Exactly. I mean, I put it out there, black and white.
I made it very clear what I wanted you to do.
Exactly.
If you get it wrong, you're fired.
Exactly. You can't fuck this up.
But you know what? I can appreciate a person that just says, this is what I want. Because there's no like question, like,
there's no beating around the bush.
I don't know. Is this what he meant? I don't know. What does it? No, he literally told you word for word.
All I want to do is go down on you. That's it.
Like all of his songs mean something, and a lot of it is just like, let's get high and go have sex. I mean, some of that is just that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, a lot of us love the music because it says that. I'll be honest. One of my favorite songs is 7. One of my favorite songs is, any of them. Shit. Hold on. I've lost my brain. No, don't talk. I want to come up with it. Don't talk.
Don't speak.
Don't talk. Hunger for the Great Light. Hunger for the Great Light. Like, oh my God.
If you've never, girl. No, I'm not sick of that.
No, I know you know it, but if there's a listener out there that hasn't heard, because a lot of these are what I would definitely consider a deep track when it comes to the Dave Matthews Band. Shout out to so look up Hunger for the Great Light. I also did do a podcast about that one. That was
I know.
Super fun.
I know what the Great Light is.
I mean,
I too have hungered for that Great Light.
They always say that things feel better when you can see the light, and I think it's true. I don't know, but anyway. So back to the lyrics. It's true, it's true. Dave and the boys talk about a lot of things, but you know what? We're all adults, and by no means, is they're writing for adults. I think that they're performing for adults, but I think that they also have so much concern about current day topics that they're very vocal in their music, in their current music, in their past music. They just, yes, they have all the fun songs about smoking and sex, and that's lovely, but at the end of the day, they also have some songs that are really serious. There are songs about mental health. There are songs about
gun control,
everything. They really do kind of just have it what you want. They got it right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's so exciting to continue to watch them. And like we just said, there's no way to know how much time we have left with them. And so you said earlier, Yes, you said earlier, you will never get this time back. You're not
No,
promised this time. Time is not something that's on our side. It's
no.
not. And so if you have the ability, if you have the time, check out some of these Facebook groups, check
Mm,
out Instagram, check out, hey, TikTok has a lot of Dave Matthews
yeah.
Band stuff. And so connect with these people, connect with these fans, the fans behind the Dave Matthews Band. They're in there's 35,000 of us. Ha
Yeah.
ha ha
And we all go to the same.
ha.
We,
We all go
we
to the
just go
same
to all.
ones, but
We all
but
just go to all
you
shows.
really, if you're not connected in the group, I encourage you to connect with these people. There's never been a better time to meet the fans of the Dave Matthews Band. Of course, that's how I met you, Jimmy, and I'm
It
so
is.
thankful for all the fun we've had together. Of course, you got to meet Justin, and Justin, of course, automatically fell in love with you because that's what people do with you, Jimmy. We love your energy. You're fun to watch, and you always have like these great shirts on at shows and stuff. And so,
Very
like, you
vibrant.
can't find
Very
Jimmy.
vibrant.
Oh, you're like, I need to call him. I need to text him. I'm like, no, I just need binoculars. I will find him.
Yeah. Those loud shirts are courtesy of my friend Bob Ticehurst. He's the one that got me on them. So
Oh my God, yes.
shout out to you, Bob.
Hey, Bob, I need you on the show. Give me a
Oh,
ring a ding dang.
Bob would be amazing on this show.
I know. I love him, and I want to know all his stories because he's fun to watch on social media. It's like,
he is.
what are you doing?
I'd say there is never a dull moment with Bob. I love that guy to death.
He's great. He's great.
He is.
Well, Jimmy, I can't thank you enough for being on another episode of this show and just,
My pleasure.
talking Dave with me. I know that's you speak the language fluently, and so you're always fun to talk to.
I truly appreciate it. I love being on your show. I love supporting your show, bragging about your show, trying to get people on your show. So,
dude, thank you so much because this is how it works. This is how it works.
I'm one of your biggest fans. So,
thank you. I mean, and you, that begs me to say, like, this show doesn't work unless people are on the show, because this is definitely not the me show. This is a you show, and it's about all of the people that are fans of this Dave Matthews Band. So guys, if you're listening to this and you just want to share your journey with the world, and I promise you, it doesn't have to be a journey that you've been to a show 100 shows. It doesn't have to be a journey that you've been to one show, but tell me your voyage with the band and what the music has done to you. Has it changed your heart or changed your life? Has it made connections with other people that you would have never known otherwise? Has the music saved you? And so if it has, be sure to reach out to me on any socials. We're on Facebook. Of course, I have a group, The Space Between Podcast, and Instagram, The Space Between _POD. And if you're very brave and you like to laugh at people, follow me on TikTok under The Space Between Podcast, because I love making that. Man, Jimmy, are you on TikTok? Because this is blowing my mind.
I have a TikTok account, but I don't post anything. Oh
my God, it's so fun.
It's so fun.
It's so fun.
No, if you ever see me out there doing dance moves and making a TikTok, just shoot me, please.
Oh no, but see, you're actually the perfect candidate.
Am I?
You actually are. So you should probably rethink all that you just said. Well, Jimmy, thank you.
I'll tell you what. When I see you in West Palm Beach, I'll make a TikTok with you.
You know what? You sure will, and it can be on my account, your account, whoever's account. Your
account. I don't have many followers.
Well, you heard it. See, if you say it on the show, I can hold it against you later. So it's going to happen.
I will do a TikTok with you.
Yay! Well, guys, again, be sure to check me out on social media. If you're interested in being on the show, send me a message, or you can send me an email, which is just simply kissonthelipsmire@gmail.com. So be sure to stay tuned. Every Friday, I have a different fan on to share their journey with this band who's been giving us music for over 30 years, the Dave Matthews Band. So until the meantime, guys, peace, love, and Dave Matthews Band. Thank you, Jimmy.
You're very welcome.
The